And when you talk about addiction, it's not just drugs. There are people addicted to sex. There are people addicted to pornography, masturbation. It's the same cycle. This is where parenting comes in. Many children are not friends of their parents. If him and his parents were friends, that day he was abused, as he gets home, he will tell one of them.
Sure.
And that is why in this generation, every parent must learn the 21st century parenting, whereby you and your kids, you are parties, so that whatever happens. If I ask you a question, if your son comes home and says, your 14-year-old son comes home from school and says, Mom or Dad, I smoke weed in school today, how will you react? Because you are aware.
Who gave it to you?
But in our days, your mom will scream.
You go collect serious
Get a slap. The first time your son tells you something that is not good, the way you react will either open the door for him to continue to confide in you or shut you off forever.
Yes.
What gave me the courage was the fact that my dad was a fan of Fela. So I grew up hearing Fela sing. And I felt, to me as a young chap, hearing Fela sing, he looks like a savior, like somebody that cares about people, like somebody that can empathize with the suffering of the people. So, and when my dad now mentioned that, can't I see what music has done to the guy? From my own thinking that like Fela was like a savior or something, I just felt that would be the best place to go. So I don't know the way to his house, but I've heard about the shrine where he plays, which is African shrine. His house is Kalakuta. So I went to shrine. That day I met with Femi Anikulapokuti.
Oh.
Yeah, he was washing the gods in the shrine. When you go to the shrine, there's a club, there's a shrine, but there's a shrine inside where we have gods. You see things like Shango, Yemoja, Ogun, Shokono.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know that they call Fela the chief priest of the African shrine.
Yes.
Will the priest not have a shrine?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is not hidden, right? And so he was washing some of the cabins, those gods, and I walked up to him and we got talking, and questions were very easy. Why are you not in school? And I said, I just dropped out. So what do you want to do now? Well, I would like to play music. Which school is your dad sending you? My dad just is not interested. I don't think he wants to send me to any school. So would you like to come to our house? You can learn music there. I said, why not? So I waited later. We even ate together that day. In the evening, we went to Kalakuta, and then I met with Fela. Femi said, this is a new friend. And then Fela said, does he want to stay? And I said, yes. And he said, find a place for him.
Wow.
So I was taken upstairs and I was paired with a guy called Dele Shusumi, who happens to be the keyboard for Fela then, right? And then that was it. But I'll leave the other things around that place for a future symposium discussion. So now I wanted to learn music. I don't know anything about music, and nobody wanted to teach me. I met the bassist then, one maker. I would come and you say, okay, you pack all his clothes, full 2 basins, say go and wash it. And he go and lie down. I finish washing. He wake up and say, oh, yeah, go and buy me food with my money. I buy the food. He finish eating. He will lie down and say when I wake up. When he wake up, he say, time is gone. Come back tomorrow. When it happened 3 times, I trashed him. The people you are looking up to, blah, blah, blah. We call them Agbaya. Somebody you are looking up to learn from ends up abusing you or messing you up. It's an Agbaya now. And every day people experience this in life. There are girls that have been messed up by their bosses. You are looking up to a boss. You greet your boss, good morning and everything, and your boss wants to take advantage of you. So it was within this period I graduated from weed to cocaine, because it was a tough time for us. Fela was not there. The house we're living, Fela's house, Atinika Laban District, the landlord has come, threw us out. We're all now in shrine, sleeping in shrine. It was so painful. I'm like, oh God, why did I ever leave home? Everything is messed up. What do I do? So one of the days we're playing, and I was playing my guitar. Normally in shrine, when we play like 5 songs, we take a break. The break is for us to go, get high a little bit and come back. You want to drink, you want to smoke, or you want to eat something. So I jumped down from the stage. A young man approached me. He's a pastor now in London. And he said to me, young boy, I like the way you play your guitar. And I said, thank you. And he said to me, young boys like you in America, there's something they use that enhance their performance.
Yeah.
And I said, what is that? He said, cocaine. I said, I've never heard about that too. He said, you're a coward. You don't tell teenagers they're cowards. Young people are daring. He really said you're a coward. I said, can I have it? And the guy said, no. You cannot just have it like that. Finish playing, we'll go to where I will show you. So I finished playing that night. He said, let's go. We checked into a hotel, Benite Hotel, and put his hand in his suit's pocket and brought out 1 creamish powder. And he said, this is cocaine. I said, yeah, let's smoke. He said, no. I'm going to teach you how to cook it. A lot of people don't know the difference. When it is powder, it's cocaine. When you're ready to smoke it, it's crack.
Oh, they're both the same.
For it to become crack, it has to go through some chemistry. Like you need bicarbonate of soda powder, you need a cooking bottle as like chemistry laboratory. The bicarbonate soda will act as a catalyst. So you mix the cooking powder with bicarbonate soda with water in the cooking bottle. And then you shake it together. It's a mixture now. Then you put the lighter under. Heat it. When you heat it, it boils and form oil on top. Then you pour ice water. The oil will turn to a stone. And that stone is what we call crack. Now to smoke that stone, you either need a Pyrrhus pipe or you use a bottle like this to prepare what we call bunker. You know what I'm saying? So he taught me all that. Then we started smoking. After I smoked for a while, I noticed that some people were moving in the room. And I said, guy, so we are only 2 here. Why are people moving in the room? The guy laughed. He said, there's nobody in the room. He said, that's what we call paranoia. You are getting paranoid. I said, what does that mean? He said, you are saying things that are not real. Then he put his hand in his pocket. He brought out a brown powder, and he said, "This is heroin." He said, "Anytime you smoke the crack, you are experiencing this. You step down with this." And I said, "How do you take this?" And he took cigarette, brought out the paper inside, burnt it so that the foil, like foil paper, you see that paper inside cigarette, you put the white on the back will burn off. That shining one will become foil paper. Then he polished it like that, poured the heroin, brought out a $1 note, made a pipe out of it, and then melted the powder, then carried it, and then as he put the lighter under, the powder would melt, would turn to oil and start to run, and then so that's what they call chase the dragon. So you start to chase the oil with the pipe and all that, And so, and then in drug addiction, we have uppers and downers. Cocaine is uppers. It keeps you awake, okay? And that is why you can find out that most people that do night work, like people that work overnight, night back to back, not sleeping, they always need crack. I don't want to mention some of the professions, you understand, to stay awake. Heroin is downers. Downers make you fall asleep, right? And then drugs like colos are in that circle. Those guys,
the downers.
Yes, they make you sleep. They weaken you. They make you dull. They make you sleep. You start behaving like a zombie. You know what I'm saying?
Sluggish.
Yeah, you're sluggish. You understand? And then early in the morning, and then after teaching me in that midnight, gave me 5 grams of crack, gave me 5 grams of heroin. He left. And that's my first time. So I just continued. I couldn't sleep. I smoked till daybreak. By the time it was morning, I finished smoking everything.
Yay.
So
5 grams.
Yes, I slept off. Then around 10 a.m. he comes again. KG, how far? I say fine. He say bring drum. I say I don't finish. And we say that's too much. Then we smoke for a while. He gave me 2 grams. Then he disappears. Then I didn't see him again. Then I noticed that when I wake up in the morning, man,
you're looking for it.
I'm sick. What is looking for it? Sick.
Okay.
I want to throw up. My stomach is turning me. I'm feeling cold. At the same time, I'm sweating. I'm coughing. I'm vomiting. I can't eat anything. And if I try to swallow anything, so I start looking. I don't know how to get it. Then I went to one joint in the cage. I said, I worry, near the shrine then. And I was telling the guys in the joint that look at what's happening. One of them laughed. He was smoking one tiny weed like that. You can always lace your weed with heroin powder. And the guy said, "You did Jones now." And I Jones they do it. Oh yeah, smoke. And I just took off. All that pain gone. So about 2 weeks later, I was sitting, the guy appears again. And I'm like, guy, where you go? He said, I just quickly carry markets, go. He was a baron. He spent all his life abroad and he spent half of his life in the prison. He's 70 now, so half of his life was in prison because he was a baron, And then I said, guy, since you left, every morning when I wake up, I'm falling sick. He laughed. And he said, that's Johnson. I said, where's Johnson? He said, that means you cannot function without drugs.
Locked in.
The story. And that's what we are saying. Now, he spoke about friends. 1 Corinthians 15:33. He said, do not be deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. Proverbs 13:20. He that walks with the wise shall be wise. The companion of fools shall be destroyed. So it's only a matter of time. If you hang out with gay guys, you'll be a gay. Yes. If you hang out too much with Yahoo guys, you will learn their mannerism. You start thinking about money the way they think about money. And as a man thinking in his heart, Proverbs 23:7. Once you start thinking like that, you soon start doing what they're doing. That's Proverbs 13:20. Evil communication corrupt good manners. Even if you're a pastor's kid, if you decide to be hanging out with cultists and all that, forget about your being a pastor's kid. You're gone. Drug is sweet. To say it's sweet is an understatement. Something that makes you forget all your problems. Listen to me. If you're a married woman and you are being assaulted and abused by your husband, and the first person you go to complain to is a drug addict, he will introduce you to drugs. Once you take it, you care less about whatever is happening at home.
And most times that given to you can come from a place of good intention, and that's a trap.
It's a trap. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not about, they will tell you now, when I'm playing on stage, every cigarette and every weed I smoke on stage is laced.
Hey. And you were extra active.
Oh my God. You can find out now. You will soon find out, As my single drops, you'll be seeing comments and comments and comments, I tell you. It was when he went to jail I got into drugs. When Fela got out of jail, the house he was living had been taken over. So he went straight to his younger brother's house, Dr. Becker and some in Tony Village, in Maria Street. So the first day I went to see him there, when I got there, he sat me down. He said, KG, I hear say you don't smoke that thing on the cocaine and heroin. I say, KG, that thing no good. That thing no good. He said, you see that heroin? That thing they keep prick. Heroin they keep prick, and it is true. Heroin users can perform with women. And that's one of the reasons most drug addicts keep going back to drugs. There are some habits that drugs help you develop. So you don't only get out of drugs, you must get out of those habits. And that's one of the reasons most drug addicts keep going back to drugs. There are some habits that drugs help you develop. So you don't only get out of drugs, you must get out of those habits. And there are many habits, including how you spend money. Drug addicts, they don't value money. You must deal with that. And that is why, if it is God that saved you, He's going to take you through a journey.
A process.
Yes, to deal with all those habits and all that. And you must become addicted to the Word of God and to prayer. And of course, fasting.
Because you need to replace what you've lost.
Why fasting? Now, a lot of people don't want to agree that drugs is spiritual. But let me break it down. The Greek word for drug is pharmakia. Spelled Pharmkae. From there, you get the root word for pharmacy. Pharm. When you translate pharmakia to English directly, do you know what I mean? Witchcraft. Excuse me. Are you not aware that every university has drug markets?
I don't understand. Even in secondary school these days.
Market.
Yes.
Inside the university.
Yes.
Even now, secondary schools.
Secondary schools now.
Really?
They recruit students now. They recruit students
I
now
go
as
to all these
dealers.
places. I know what I'm talking about.
What I mean,
It's as if usage of drugs is more like the pursuit of trying to get that first high you first had.
That is the thing. You can never
You
get
can
the
never
first
get
time.
that first high back, that
can't.
first feeling.
There's no day you're going to
It's
get the
like a
feeling
pursuit,
of
so
the
it's like a
first time.
snake trying to eat its own tail in pursuit of that first beginning, that first feeling.
The first feeling.
So you try to always increase dosage. So that's how I increased, and we put crack in the weed, we wrap it up, understand, and smoke. Not all dealers stay in the bush. Some chemists are dealers.
Of course. The first time I was treated for drugs was in San Francisco. The role I played in the band, Fela saw me as an asset. I'm the only musician that worked with Fela till the end. Most of the time when we travel, musicians will run away in Europe and America. And I'm a multi-instrumentalist. So when we get back, we help train new guitarists, new bassists and all that. So there was one time we were in San Francisco and I couldn't find drugs. So I was jonesing. And I can't climb the stage. Before I climbed stage, I must have taken close to 3 grams of crack and 2 grams of heroin. I start smoking around 8. I'm going to climb the stage by 11. Otherwise, if I'm not high, if you just twang your guitar, it's like I want to run mad. The sound makes me crazy. I'll be feeling some sensation. And so we got to San Francisco, no drug. I was cold and all that. So they had to take me to a clinic. And then they were moving. They were finished performing. They were moving ahead to Houston, Texas. So I was in that clinic for 3 days. Passed drills, blah, blah, blah. On the 3rd day, discharged me. I took my passport and my ticket. I was to take a local flight from Frisco to Houston. But as I was walking past the building that has glasses, I saw my reflection. Like I was looking fresh, and I'm like, really? I just, in my head somewhere, do you think you can stop this thing? That's how I turned the yellow cab. Cab came. I first told him airport. Then I asked him, I said, see, I'm a junkie.
Oh.
I'm clocking, I need some drugs. He said, you should have told me. He drove me to Red Light District. Asked, I paid him and he pointed to an iron door that leads to underground. He said, go there, tap that door 3 times. And when I tapped, they opened. When I entered, the heat that came, smoke, junkies. I went down. I ordered for cocaine. I hit the cocaine. At first, I was not feeling anything. After a while, I started feeling. Then I wanted to step down. So I said, they should give me heroin. When I chased the dragon, it didn't work. So I grabbed the dealer and said, what did you sell to me? This is not working. And the guy said, calm down. Are you just coming from the rehab? I said, I'm not coming from the rehab. I'm coming from the regeneration clinic. He said, you should have told me. He said, why don't you try injection? So that was the day I started shooting from here, But I didn't like shooting. I did it for a while. When I'm in Nigeria, there's no need to shoot now. I can always get drugs. Yeah, I can always get drugs. I had my boys. I'm the Capone of African Shrine.
Period.
I had boys, man. If you read some of my comments, somebody say I was a gang leader. Yeah, I had boys. I trained boys. I was a hard man. It was drugs that turned me to that. So at times, if I don't have money, I'll go and raid where they sell drugs. Yeah, I'll go with boys, beat them up, collect the drugs and the money they sold for the day, and go back. Fela Shrine is a territory now. That's Kalakuta Republic. We are a country inside the country. You don't mess with us. So that was my first treatment. I was treated in New Jersey. I was treated in Off-Bank in Germany. I was treated in Lyon, Paris, Marseille. I was treated in Scotland. All over, man. But I couldn't stop. So that's why I say divine. The day I stopped drug, it was in the prostitute hotel. It was salvation that stopped me from drug. Somewhere in Ojuelegba, Akbeno Street, there's a brothel there where girls take one room, it's like guest house. Yeah, guest house. So I was standing in front of shrine one of these days and the policeman came from the ref and told me, KG, the DPO said if we arrest you again, we should waste you. I said, what did I do? He said, all these boys in the Ikeja, anytime they steal or rob, when we catch them, they say you are the one that sent them. Remember, I said I was a Capone. If anything miss from Pepple Street to Kudeso to Ikeja Industrial Estates, straight to Towing Street and all that, I must know about it. Because all the bad guys will have to come and get high now, So I was one of my girlfriend, a prostitute, and all my life, I never dated a normal girl. Prostitutes were my girlfriends. And that was because they helped me to keep my eye on, Yeah, so I was one of these girls, an Igbo girl. When this policeman came, I was telling me that they said they would waste me. And I said, what do I do? They said, just leave the Ikeja area. All my life I was in the Ikeja. So this girl left us, came back 3 hours later. I was very high. I was thinking about death. And the policeman is gone. And the girl said, KG, I don't want you to die. I found a place in Ojuelegba that you can stay. That's how I followed her to this brothel. And I checked the room. It was okay. Black and white TV, fan. All right. Called the manager, paid for 6 months. Started staying. 3 days later, had 2 other prostitutes, 3 girls and me. We were hanging out. May 7, 1994. At about 10:30, 11. They were dressed. They want to go and hustle. 2 of them used to hustle on Ayilara Street. One of them used to come on this street that is where you have used to have Fantasy Club, a Chinese restaurant in Koida, that road. After So after they left, I branched a place called Texas in Uduelegba. I bought 2 grams of coke and 2 grams of H. Go back to the room, cook the coke. I was one of the best chefs in Lagos. Yeah, that's what you call people that cook coke. I used to cook for traditional rulers because you people think that it's just the cocaine is called the millionaire's game. You know, if you ask me, I will tell you that there are bank executives that do drugs. I will tell you that there are senators that do drugs. I don't hide it. You know, I mean, a man of my age, you know where I'm coming from. You know, so it's a millionaire's game that he's talking about. There are people that smoke with their houses, 3 houses, cars. You just drive your car to the bank and tell the dealer, I need drugs, I don't have money. Please hold this paper. Give me 5 grams. The dealer will take the paper, give you 5 grams. 5 grams, when will it last you? Under 1 hour, you have finished it. You say, give me another 5, he will give you. Say, give me another 5, he will give you. When you ask for another 5, he say, yeah, come. He has made a document that if you don't pay all that money, the car is his. And you will not even read it. You sign. These things happen. House papers. Now let me check you as a therapist. I know a man, when he was treated in the rehab, the day he graduated, one of his daughters, they are twins, the one that traveled to America, traveled down and was thanking me. Thank you for saving my father. He said, when we were babies, there was a day my father carried me and my sister. It was Johnson. And he went into a shop, an Igbo guy shop, and said, I beg, borrow me 5,000 naira. The man said, hold this king.
Hey!
And he never came back. And now these girls were big. The one in America was mine. So anyway, so I got back. I cooked the coke. I first took the pirate. I said, no, let me use bunker. So I prepared my bunker. I put it, and then to smoke in bunker, you light cigarette and put it so that it will be burning. You need the ashes. Because bunker is like, you just take this water, uncork it, and then pour half of it out, light a cigarette, light a cigarette, put the fire of the cigarette here like this so that it melts, then you puncture it. Then you put the biro, the plastic. You remove the biro, the plastic, you put it in here like a pipe, okay?
Look like shisha or something.
Yeah. But if you want to change the flavor, you can empty the water and pour brandy inside. So that when you are smoking the smoke, it'll be tasting like brandy. You understand what I'm saying? We try all manners of things. So when you do that, then you foil paper, you put it here and probably use a rubber band to hold it or tie it with thread. And then you take needle or pin to put small holes here. So when the small holes are there, now the ashes that are born out of the cigarettes, you put it on top of these small holes. So that when you put the crack, it will not just dissolve. So now that is ready. You take the crack that you have cooked, put on top of this, carry lighter, put here, and then put this one in your mouth. When you pull, the smoke comes. You understand what I'm saying? You drag it. So I've done that. I took the crack, I put it as I pick it up to put the lighter. I just heard, young man, if you don't stop this kind of lifestyle, you die this year. I've never been afraid. Fella told us that fear is not for man. Now go to the run and man, they stand. If you're a Kalakutan, we don't fear anything. You understand what I'm saying? So I when I heard that voice, I looked around, who is talking here? Yeah, I just convinced myself that my mind was playing games. So I put the lighter, took the heat, bam! And the smoke hit my chest. A sharp pain, as if somebody put a knife inside my heart from the back. So I screamed, and I felt like throwing up. My heart was shifting. I was about to have a cardiac arrest. But then I vomited. Because of the intense pain, my eyes were closed when I vomited. Then when I opened my eyes, what did I see? It was blood that I vomited. First thing that came to my mind is, they have finally got me. They are poisoning these drugs. On the second thought, I said, that voice said, if I don't stop, what am I going to do? Then it dawned on me. I was born a Muslim. My real name is Suleiman. My father was a chief imam. From there, I joined Fela. And I started worshiping Shango, Yemonja, Ogun, Shopona with Fela in Shrine. Now, many times people have tried to preach to me. I don't listen. In fact, I started smoking weed with the pages of the Bible in my hotel room in Belgium. But that day, I asked myself, and I've done a lot of, when you talk about jazz, I mean, you can't live there and not do jazz now. You know what I'm saying? And based on some of the things, I needed a lot of initiations have happened, So I just said to myself, you have tried everything now. The only thing you don't want to try is this Jesus they are saying. Then I asked myself, how do they even pray to this Jesus? I don't even know. So I said, I know what I'll do. I took off my clothes and I just said, you, this Jesus, if it is true that you can save, if you can deliver me from drug addiction, I will serve you all the days of my life. I didn't know what happened. This was around 12:30 early in the morning, midnight morning. When I opened my eyes later, it was 8:30 the next day, a.m. And I was on the floor. And I stood up like, what happened? Because as at that stage, I've done drugs for like 14 years. Between 7 p.m. and 12 midnight, if I've not smoked close to 25,000 naira, I'm talking 1994, I can't sleep.
Okay.
But this particular night, I've not taken anything. The first hit I want to take, I felt that pain and I vomited. So I was shocked that I slept from 12:30 to 8:30. So as I sat on the bed, I was thinking, I just heard the voice say, you think you can stop this thing?
The same voice.
I said, okay, let me see. I called for breakfast. They served me breakfast. I ate. The normal stomach churning me didn't come. I wasn't feeling any pain in my joints. I was not sweating. I was not feeling heat. I said, what is happening? Then the first thing I thought was, okay, let me go to that place I bought this drug yesterday. And I walked down. As I was walking down to the place, I was now seeing junkies. And that was the first time I saw what a junkie looked like. All the time I was smoking, I didn't see anything wrong. When I saw the first girl, I saw another guy. Tears just came out from my eyes. I said, what? Are these the people you hang out with? Of course, I went straight. I entered the bunk. A guy was smoking, laced weed. And he said, KG, Waguro. I just laughed. I said, you see that thing you're smoking? Till I would die. I can't taste it. The guy started laughing. He said, you that came here yesterday night. So he ran into the bunk and called others. They now came. So this one will say, I give you 2 days. I give you 1 week. I give you 1 month. I give you 7 months.
You were very generous. Did they give you 1 month?
Yes. I was looking at them. So I was just telling them. So one of them said, what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. But yesterday night, that I just said, Jesus, blah, blah. They laughed. I said, go sit down. Wait till you know. You they go to blah, blah. And I walked out. That was 32 years ago.